Shalom, brothers. Brother Kamal Mahar here, back at it again. First thing first, we'll give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on the true throne from GMS. Blessings to the Aki, my dear, preaching his word with whole true sincerity. Blessings to the 144,000 and 1/3 elect entirely. The first fruits, kingdom of heaven, house of David, the B'yaf and Shalom to brothers out there speaking in different tongues and looking different nations. Shalom. So I just came up the plantation, bro. I was a little tired, but through spirit, wanted to still drop this video. We in Shabbat Shalom to you brothers as well. So I was looking on, kind of pondering on, what video to put up through the spirit. I came across this RT News video. No, it's a article. It says Moscow warns of measures against any Western troop deployment in Ukraine as Kiev cities guarantees of U.S. support in a conflict. So I've been reading up on this a little bit myself. I'm kind of noticing that so apparently Russia is having some problems with Ukraine. Something about they're going to, I'm not sure they're going to invade, but they're going to be involved with their land. And it's causing problems. But in the meantime, America is going to support Ukraine, with military and whatever assistance they need against Russia, which is pretty interesting to hear, because we know that Russia in the scriptures is Gog and Magog, which is the lead, mountain, or you would say, which means government or country, is the lead, superpower that's going to, send these ICBM missiles to America, man, along with the other countries. But they're going to be the cornerstone of the situation. So it's very interesting to see that America's doing what they always do, interfering with other countries' affairs. And they're going to support Ukraine while Ukraine is having problems with Russia. And that's just like, if Russia has an enemy, and then there's another, I'm not going to call, maybe through the spirit, yeah, America will be an enemy. If another enemy or, helps another person, that particular person or country will also become an enemy, because, both countries are going at it, but you supporting them. So if you are with them, then then the other party would think you against them. That's just common sense. That's what I would think. It's the opposite team or the opposing team, or where you have it. So I'm gonna read some of this article and it brings some precepts, regarding this matter. I'm gonna let the spirit deal. I'm not really sure how long it's gonna be, but just want to get to the point, because this is prophecy that Gog and Magog, Russia, or the land of the Medes, are going to be, like I said, the number one leader towards the destroying of Babylon, man, which is prophecy, man. That's beautiful. That's what the spirit we in. We in prophecy. We in the spirit of prophecy. So, that's what we looking up to. That's the time we in right now. That's the most important, because we on our watchtower, because we know that pretty soon, Yahawashi is going to come back and deliver his people, man. We got to go through Jacob's trouble and the chip and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But we can see things ramping up towards, like my brother Ariel would say, all paths leads to the chip, And then once the chip come, hey, that's the end all be all. We can just be on standby, for Yahawashi, in that particular minute. I would say this days and months now for Yahawashi to come back, as far as like, in terms. And then when the chip come, that's going to be minutes later. Like, meaning like, when somebody say, yo, man, I haven't been around here for a second, man. Like, it's been a little minute I haven't been around here. I mean in those terms. So not a real day or a real month. No man knows a day or the hour, but I'm speaking, terms of short term, like Apostle Hart said, this is the year of hastening the coming of Yahawashi, man. Shoot, Lord willing, it could be in this really very much year. It'd be amazing. It says Russia has warned that it would regard any deployment of Western troops in the Ukraine as a serious provocation. And what are the Western troops? Those are, where Babylon is right now, America, South America, North America, Canada. That side is the Western Hemisphere. That's what it's talking about. And it says that after Kiev asked NATO to step up its local combat readiness and claimed the U.S. would come to its aid in any future war. Interesting. So America going to be backing up some the other countries, but that's just going to provoke other countries because of the enemy aspect. If you in this particular portion of land, and it's between those two lands, you need to mind your business, man. But we know how the EU and the NATO, the beast system, and along with America, that everybody has allies and things of that nature. The world is built on allies. Like Russia and China are allies. Was there Iran and along with them, Israel and America? I believe Turkey might be another ally of America. So everybody's partnership with certain people and certain entities in general. It says on Friday, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry issued a statement saying that it had received guarantees of American support after a telephone call with Washington's top military official, Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin. The U.S. Secretary of Defense stressed that in the event of an escalation of Russia aggression, the United States would not leave Ukraine alone, the ministry said. Right. So, and see, and Russia's Gog and Magog, they're a superpower along with America. But America like sitting there like, yeah, if you mess with Ukraine, we're going to step up. We're going to do some things. But Russia's waiting for them, man. This could be a really big thing that can go down, Lord willing. Lord willing, something really major happens to contribute to further prophecy and bring the prophecies in faster and faster and make them come to fruition. Because we trying to get Yahawashi back to deliver us, man. Lord willing, I could be a part of that number. That's what this whole thing is about, man. Salvation, man. Mercy and salvation, man. So we got to keep ourselves in these scriptures to position ourselves that when Yahawashi come back, remember he said he come quickly and his reward is with him. You got the reward for the wicked and the reward for the righteous, man. The reward for the wicked is those ICBM missiles and them chariots. And then, the righteous, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, the Native Indians of the elect of the nation of Israel, will be delivered through those chariots to avoid those plagues that's going to happen to this particular place, pursuing their Revelation 18. So I'm going to keep on reading. It says, that's pretty much probably the point, but I'm going to get a little more. It says, asked about the prospects of a standoff in the region, Peskov warned that this could begin a potentially dangerous change of events. Right. I mean, think about it. I just said, like, if there's a beef between two people, I'm going to say people in this case scenario, and you're an outside party coming in to contribute to another party, the opposite is going to get their people, and it's going to just be a chain reaction of just like Matthew 24 says, like wars and rumors of wars. That's exactly what's going on. Like, this is rumors of wars and escalades of the people. Uproars has already started. We can see how this is what we call in the streets. We'll call these are fight words. When you make a move or say certain words, it becomes what you call fight words, what could potentially start a fight. I mean, that's just pretty much what that is. So, when you got like a drive-by situation going on and the drive-by is aimed to a specific person, if you standing next to that person, well, you collateral damage, and then you just going to get hit right along with them because you with them. And anybody that's surrounding going to get hit too. It's the same thing with this thing. And this is beautiful to see the Lord ramping this thing up so, prophecy can come on, man, because we want to get out of this place, man. This is not our rest. It says, continuing this paragraph, it says the Kremlin official said that undoubtedly such a developing scenario would lead to a further increase in tensions near Russia borders. Of course, this will require additional measures from the Russian side to ensure its security. Right. Got to defend themselves, And it says when pressed on what those measures might be, the official said only that the country would do everything that is needed. Ooh, man. This is I'm going to read the last paragraph. It says the public spat comes amid rising tensions between Russia and Ukraine after a series of reported clashes in the east of the country between Kiev's forces and militias who receive support from Moscow. Peskov called the escalations quite frightening. His comments came as U.S. President Joe Biden expressed Washington's unwavering support for Kiev in the face of what he called Russia's ongoing aggression in the Donbass and Crimea. In his Friday phone call with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. He also said this his administration is committed to revitalizing the strategic partnership between the two nations. Right, man. So this thing is ramping up. It's a beautiful thing to see. Brothers on a watchtower to pretty much just we ushering in Yahawashi, man. So we going to keep watching out for the signs and the articles. We're gonna be dropping these videos and just keep on going until Yahawashi comes back, man. And matter of fact, let me get into just to land back off what I just said. Isaiah 62:7, I believe. It says 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Yea, that make mention of Yahawashi keep not silence. Right. So this is the reason why I'm making these videos, man. I'm making these videos, because I'm furthering. I'm trying to, stay in the spirit of prophecy. That's what that spirit of Yahawashi was. And it says 7 at the point, and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Right, man. We're going to keep on going. We're going to sigh and cry. Matter of fact, let me get that too. We're going to sigh and cry for the abomination done in the midst of, but also in the prophecy as well, so the elect can be sealed. That's this whole thing is about. Once the elect is sealed, it's a wrap. We out of here. And the elect is pretty much already there. Because, in the prophecy, talking about Esau and our people and everything they got and that's involved in his ministry is sighing and crying, let alone Esau, which is Babylon, the leader of Babylon is all wreaking havoc all over the world, stirring up the pot, getting in other countries' affairs. Hey, man, this is furthering them situations on a bring down. Ezekiel 9:4. It says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, talking to the angels, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that would be done in the midst thereof. Right. That's what we doing, man. We prophesying. We on a watchtower. We letting Esau their judgment. 2/3 of our people for transgressions as well. Let them know they need to repent or else. We want our watchtower, watching other countries move, seeing how Yahawah by Bahasham Yahawashi is moving to pieces to start this third world war. Salaki, brothers. I'll give the Ak in a second. Let me go ahead and put this on do not disturb for a second. That was the Akium. But let me go finish this vid through the spirit though. Definitely want to get this up. What up, Salaki, brothers? Where is that at? Do not disturb. Yes, for a second. Let me just get this in, man. I'm in a groove. But right, man, Lord willing, I could be a part of that sealed, man. Because we doing this for the elect, man. This is for the elect. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to get out here and get Jerusalem back in the kingdom, man. And Jerusalem is a people before a place, but we trying to get back to Israel, man. We're in a homeland. We don't have no homeland. We out here, naked right now. But according to this article, man, let me go to Ezekiel 38. Ezekiel 38:1. It says, and the word of the Lord Yahawashi came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Right, and that Gog and Magog of today is Russia. And say, thus saith Yahawashi, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. I will turn thee back. I will put hooks into thy jaws. I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them all of them with shields and helmet. Gomer and all his bands of the house of Togarmah of north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. But be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Right. So the Lord is gonna get all the nations, man, and let them get all these bands together. It's gonna be a third world war, and shoot, by that time, they gonna all shoot missiles at Babylon, man. But see, Gog and Magog is the chief thing. They're the number one top prospects of this third world war. And here goes America right now, already interfering with Russia and Ukraine, and now America is over there trying to support Ukraine. See, But see when and then but see once Gog and Magog, Russia, man, the Medes, man, shoot them ICBM missiles and along with other countries, you know what I'm saying? Look, for everything that Babylon got to offer, all the pride and the ego they got going on, how they moving, you know, it's gonna be a recompense for what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be a get back, a 187. Because America looks really weak right now. Babylon looks really bad, and we're just claiming to be, well, not we, but they're claiming to be, this country is claiming to be really strong, but they're really not. And the other nations have the same capabilities as Babylon does. So they not fearing Babylon. You know, the other nations is like, I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. That's exactly what the other nations is thinking about Babylon right now. And let me see. Let me go to what's this? Zephaniah 3:8. I bring this out from time to time, but this is definitely what you want to be bringing out when it comes to these topics. It says Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahawashi, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because, everybody had a hand in our slavery. But at the end of the day, though, the Lord going to bring all the nations together and chiefly Gog and Magog, man, and destruction against Babylon. See that article I was getting into, all it was just further you seeing how Babylon or Esau is just stirring the pot. And eventually, man, the Lord going to put a spirit on these other nations, man, especially Gog and Magog, and do Babylon dirty. Them ICBM missiles, man. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them, because they call Yahawashi the Lord of Hosts, which also goes into the Lord of Armies, man. And Ukraine going, you know what? Is Ukraine and Russia kind of having a little headbutt right now, but Ukraine gonna be with one of the other countries as well, teaming up with Gog and Magog, and then shooting missiles on Babylon too. So we gonna have to wait and to see how this thing really plays out, because everybody hates the whore. Let me see here. Let me get I did want to hit Jeremiah. This was supposed to be short and sweet. Jeremiah 50. And let me see something. Let me go to 50 and I'm gonna go to 3 and I'm gonna go down. It's a lot of meat on this, but I won't get to the point. I'm gonna go to 3 and I'm gonna hit 3, 7, 8, 9. It says Jeremiah 50:3. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart, both man and beast. Right. And it says, and I wanted to get 7, 8, and 9. All that found them that have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord Yahawashi, the habitation of justice, even Yahawashi, the hope of their fathers. Right. Talking about the elect. And it says, some of Israel. It says, remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, as the he goats before the flocks. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of the mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. So, hey, like I said, man, Esau stirring up the pot. But at the end all be all, the Lord gonna have the nations, man, starting off with Russia to shoot everything they got. Matter of fact, it says that too on everything they got. That's going to be my last. Here we go, right here. I'm gonna get to 13. Because of the wrath of Yahawashi, it shall not be inhabited. I'm talking about Babylon, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Look, when Babylon get hit up, man, you're gonna be like, ooh, I don't even want that smoke. And it says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all you that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord Yahawashi. Spare no arrows. And countries got missiles on top of missiles on top of missiles. I brought this out as edifying to you, brothers. You know, Lord willing, I'm going to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, qadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders on the truth from GMS. Blessing to the Akim out there preaching his word with whole true sincerity. Blessing to the 144,000 and 1/3 entirely, the first fruits kingdom of heaven. The house of David, the Biyaf Dawadah. And shalom to you brothers out there speaking different tongues and looking different nations, man. Shalom, brothers. We almost out of here.